So it's day one, you just bought a skateboard and you're wondering how to ride it. Well, fear not, because I'm gonna flippin' tell you how you ride it. Hi everyone, Joe Walker here. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to properly ride your skateboard. But before all that, I want to encourage you to check out this video that I made of 5 tricks that you can begin to do on day one of owning a skateboard, even if you are not 100% confident at riding. Some of them are not really tricks, but I definitely encourage you to check out that video, because what you want to do is you don't want to get frustrated with your skateboarding. So if you're learning how to ride and you find it quite difficult, it might be nice to break up your practice session with some tricks that you can do in the meantime. So you're practicing multiple things, you're getting comfortable at riding, but you're also getting comfortable at some of the key components that will help you further down the line as you come to learn tricks on your skateboard. So what is the first thing you need to figure out before you ride? It is your stance. You have 2 stances. There's regular and there's goofy. Regular, your left foot is forward. Goofy, your right foot is forward. If you don't know which of the 2 stances you are, there is a very easy way to find out. Stand on the ground, have someone you trust come up behind you and gently push you enough so that you will fall forwards. The foot that you put out first, that's your lead foot, and that will determine which stance you are. For me, if someone pushed me from behind, my left foot would go forward, hence I'm regular. So give that a try, then you know which stance you are. Before we discuss how to ride a skateboard, we should first touch on how not to ride a skateboard. So don't ride a skateboard lying down. Don't ride a skateboard like Superman. And don't ride a skateboard like this. This is what we call Mongo. It's where you push with your front foot. This will really diminish your control of the board. A lot of people push like this when they begin. It just feels more natural. That's because your body's going to be turning forwards, and we just feel more comfortable as a species turning forwards into anything. You're going to be turning forwards onto your board, but you're going to lose a lot of control on the tail because you're going to have to be sort of kind of pushing down. It's just gonna go wrong if you skate Mongo. So definitely avoid that. The correct way to ride a skateboard is to have your front foot on the board, push with your back foot, and when you're ready to, rotate your body and your feet and bring your back foot onto the tail of the board, and then continue on your merry way as you ride your skateboard. A lot of people, when they begin, they feel like the board is going to fly out from under them, and there is a tip that I can share with you to avoid this, or to get over this and get comfortable with putting your back foot onto the board correctly. I'm going to share that with you now. So I learned to ride my board by basically taking very gentle steps, or rather gentle pushes. 1 gentle push before I put my foot on the board, to be specific. Keep your front foot on your board and do 1 very subtle, very gentle push, because the hardest part is not actually the pushing. With the pushing, when you are actually pushing the board with your back foot, both feet are technically on solid ground. That's not the hard part. The hard part's when that foot comes up and you have to rotate your body to get onto the board. That's the tricky part for beginners in your mind. So that's the bit you need to overcome. That's the bit that you need to practice more than anything else. When you're comfortable with the 1 baby push, do 2 baby pushes. When you're comfortable with the 2 baby pushes, do 1 rather more significant push followed by a baby push, and then rotate your body onto the board. The thing that you want to be focusing on the most is the rotation of the body and the back foot onto the board. Eventually, you'll be doing multiple pushes and you'll be able to rotate your full body onto the board and your back foot onto the tail no problem, and you'll have this down. It will also help you to tinker with your trucks. Some people prefer tight trucks, some people prefer loose trucks. Tinker with it. Start with tight trucks, see how that feels. Do you find that you're kind of like stumbling off the board a lot? Because that can be a good sign of tight trucks. Loose trucks would allow you to kind of lean into that, and the board would compensate for it, and you can kind of balance out whilst you're on the board. Definitely tinker with it. Some people prefer tight for whatever reason, some people prefer loose. There's no right answer, just see what works for you. Skateboarding, like any sport, takes a lot of commitment and practice to get good at, and riding is arguably the most important thing you will be able to do on a skateboard. So give it time, give it patience, allow yourself the time to get comfortable doing it. Riding your skateboard is like learning how to move your elbow for tennis. It's like that crucial. You obviously wouldn't be very good at tennis if you couldn't move your arm. You know, that would this just would not work unless you kind of strapped the tennis racket to your arm. No, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. So learn to push your board. It's going to take time, and that's okay. Give yourself the time to learn how to push your skateboard correctly. There really are no shortcuts. Where are you in your skateboarding journey, guys? Please do leave it down in the comments below. Are you having difficulty with certain aspects of pushing your skateboard? If so, leave that down below and I'll support you where I can with any tips and guidance that I found have helped me in my journey through skateboarding. As always, I want to say a big thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.